Hello, Scorpio. Thank you for joining me for your monthly messages from your angels for the month of January 2015. Well, this is a number 8 universal year. Okay, so this year is a year of abundance and wealth. Okay, and which makes January a number 9 universal month, which means ending of all the old stuff, if you allow it, ending of all the old stuff that could be holding you back into your future now. Okay, so it's time to move forward, and with all the astrological things in place, it can really and truly help you. It's going to make you dig deep, but that's okay. You already have done more than that, so this is not going to be hard. Whatever you were working on the 21st of December when the new moon came in, because the new moon, the solstice, and Capricorn came in all at once, you have a lot of that Capricornian energy. Okay, so you're still working on until about the 20th about, attainable goals, tangible goals. Okay, discipline, self-discipline, responsibilities, order on these things that you want to create. Okay, Saturn is into Sagittarius, Mars is in Mars is in Aquarius. So in the beginning of January, around January 1st, you're going to start seeing the big picture. You know what? This is the big picture. This is what I would love. I can actually start seeing it now. Okay, and the 3rd, Venus comes into Aquarius. The 4th, Mercury comes into Aquarius, as well as Cancer full moon, which squares Uranus and Pluto, which are big planets of change and rejuvenation. We have a lot going on, so I would allow it to happen and stay focused on your goals. Okay, now if there's anything that you have put under the rug, under the carpet, under anything that you do not want to deal with, guess what? It's coming up. Deal with it. That way you don't have to deal with it even more next time. Just let it go. Okay, I promise I won't sing, but just let it go. Because with all of these things happening in Aquarius, and then the new moon in Aquarius on the 20th, okay, when Aquarius also when the sun comes into Aquarius, we're going to have some feelings of some fresh starts. Really, since you've been working a lot on yourself, there's going to be some fresh starts. And the feeling around it is going to be pretty good. The next day, the 21st, Mercury goes retrograde, and this will be until the 11th. Remember, we have a shadow period of at least a week before and at least a week after. Mercury retrograde is not to be feared. It's to help you. It's actually a time to relax. You've been working hard. This is a time to relax. Look at things, renew, reevaluate, redo, replan, whatever, but relax. And I know you hear a lot of times that it's not time to start, not a time to start new projects. It's not a time to buy new cars, new houses, all that. It really isn't, because a lot of time, because of Mercury is the planet of communication, a lot of times that stuff can get, and new relationships. I have friends galore who are like, you can go above that, and none of them are with who they said they were totally in love with, and they weren't going to pay attention to Mercury retrograde. So no new relationships, Or, oh, it's also a great time for those old ones to come back. Yeah, it probably wouldn't pan out either in the long run. But life happens on the other stuff. Life happens with cars. Life happens with houses. Life happens with jobs. If something happens that you cannot delay, okay, just make sure that everything is looked over. I'm not kidding. Every letter of every contract, every letter. Just make sure that you have it covered, and you are very, very conscientious in doing so. Okay? If you have something heartfelt to say to somebody, please do not email or text them or message them on Facebook. Call them or talk to them, because things can be misconstrued. Okay? Other than that, it's a time, maybe you don't need the social media. Maybe you don't need the computer at the moment. Maybe that's why you have little breakdowns with computers and communications. Maybe it's time for you to evaluate what's going on. That way, when you do your planning and you have that, when it goes direct, you can go direct. You don't have to do it all then and then try and meet the deadline so much, or things need to be changed. Relax and do it during Mercury retrograde, okay? I just want to, everyone's so afraid of it, and there's no reason to be, all right? I'm going to start your card readings here, and I did want to let you know that the free 30 minutes when you purchase a 60-minute reading has limited time on it now. So if that is something that you've been thinking about, I still have that available below, as well as your messages from your angels for 2015 for each entire month. Okay? All right. Just wanted to remind you. And then, because if not, I hear it. 7 of water. Okay. Well, this is not necessarily a bad card. Sometimes people are like, oh, that just means all these things are happening. But you got to remember, this is an emotional sign, so there's a lot going on around you, and there's a lot of opportunities. The thing with this is, don't procrastinate, okay? Choose something and move forward. Doesn't mean you can't have everything. It doesn't have to be a complex decision all the time. What just makes the most sense to start with now? And where can I build on top of that? You can do everything you want, but what makes the most sense to start with? Okay? And, do some research on some things as well, and see what sits with your heart. Your archangel for the month, Archangel Jophiel, with clear your space. It's a good time to do that, especially at the beginning of the year. And she says, get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. She's the archangel of beauty. Her name means beauty of God, or God's beauty. Okay? You can call upon her or him, however you feel, to help you clear the clutter around you and in your mind. You can also ask for beautiful thoughts as well. Okay? You could ask for any of these things that you need for help. I will tell you what, I have friends who I've said, call upon Jophiel, and they call me, they think it's funny. They'll call me like at 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. I called on her, I'm still awake. I'm like, well, tell her that, you're on Earth time. But she will give you the motivation to get your area clutter free. Okay? Now, your Ascended Masters for the month. Oh my gosh, Scorpio. For the month. King Solomon with priorities. How interesting. We've got the 7 of Cups that say make a decision. What's the most beneficial thing to start with first? Then we've got Jophiel with clear your space, so you have some, good energy moving through there. And now you have King Solomon with priorities. That works well with the Seven of Cups. Make a priority list. I want to do all this stuff. Great. I'm going to start here. Then I can build on here. Then I can build on here. Perfect. What are your priorities? Okay? That's a good one to have this month. Especially, being represented with all of the elements and things like that. It's a pretty good month to do that. Your romance angel cards. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Okay, now this means that, well, it would mean different things for different people. Okay, the first thing that I get is that I'm to tell you it does not mean that you have to, break up a relationship that you're with. It could mean that you are giving too much or taking too much, or the other person is giving too much or taking too much. Okay? And may not even know it. It could mean just exactly that, though, where, maybe there are a lot of red flags here. Or how about let's sit down and talk and see what common ground we come to. Okay, so if you're thinking that there are red flags in your relationship, there might be, but it doesn't mean that they're not fixable. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me for your monthly message from your angels. If you would like a personal reading, please choose one of the ones below or something off of my website and email me at thechakrarealm@yahoo.com to let me know so that I have your contact information. I don't always get it from PayPal. Okay, I have one right now that I'm looking for actually. Anyway, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing, and thank you for liking my Facebook page. You guys are awesome. Thank you so very much, and have a blessed and awesome month.